Hi everyone.
Hello.
How's everyone doing?
Hola.
All right. Greetings, greetings, greetings. All right, y'all. If you can hear us, please put a two in the chat. Put a two in the chat if you can hear us. Okay, perfect. All right. Um, you hear the echo?
Yeah, there's an echo. Which one? What's giving the echo?
So we were going live today because I still hear it.
I still hear it too.
Can y'all hear that echo, or is it okay with you? Okay, so y'all know Phoenix just turned 2 years old, and we have a lot of conversations about, how to shift, and how to. I'm gonna do something.
Are
Sorry,
you
y'all.
muted?
Uh, Hold on 1 second, y'all. 1 second. There we go. Okay. So Phoenix just turned 2, and we have been having a lot of conversations about how to adjust with my newly 2-year-old and how to, continue to be a great parent, a
Yes.
great parent, and how to shift and sort and do all the things. And Auntie Juba is so amazing when it comes to just guiding me through this journey of parenting and teaching me patience
Yes.
and teaching me how, showing me the different developmental phases that are absolutely normal when it
Yes.
comes to raising a toddler.
Yes.
And so one of the things that we recently talked about are terrible twos.
That's right.
And Aunt Juba was like, it's no such thing as a terrible two. And I'm like, what? It is a such thing as a terrible two. And the way you broke it down,
Right.
breaking down like how they're going through their own set of developmental phases,
Yes.
they're feeling different
Yes.
things. And I was like, you know what? You're right. It is no such thing as a terrible
That's
two.
right.
Because we all
That's
go
right.
through stuff.
Yes.
And like even as an adult, I go through things and nobody's labeling me as a
That's
terrible
it.
30s,
Right.
you know?
That's right. That's
So like
right.
we put this label, terrible twos, on something that's completely normal.
Right.
So
Right.
I don't know if y'all have toddlers or if anybody watching this is a caregiver. You're in a situation or in a position where you're handling a toddler.
Right.
Aunt Juba has demystified terrible twos for me, and I asked her would she come on here today and share tips with all of us in terms of not using that label. So when it comes to Phoenix, she's 2, and you mentioned how, well, right now she's developing more teeth.
Yes. So terrible twos. The reason why we hear that term is because you really you had this maybe infant age and it was calm, it was quiet, it was kind of nice, and then all of a sudden it's just literally overnight it's the child has changed. And again, going back to knowing your infant or your child right away when Phoenix took this has taken place with Phoenix maybe about a week ago.
Yes.
Because of the nature of my work, and I see the signs right away because it was like I came in from overnight and Phoenix's nose was running, and but she's not exhibiting any signs of being sick, and she looked like she didn't get much sleep, and uh, and then the next within an hour, she was already kind of nodding on different things in the house, which she normally wouldn't. So I said, I know exactly what's going on. She's starting to get her motors. So that, just that quick observation, I already know exactly what to expect. Now, for new parents, if you didn't have Miss Juba around, or if you didn't have access to your pediatrician, um, there's enough information out there for you to see the signs. So if you see something like that, that would definitely help you navigate that. So now the whole thing is, why are they acting this way? And that's not because they just want to be challenging to you the whole entire time. You have good days, you have bad days. But now you incorporated this new stage, which is having those molars. If we think about uh, teeth pain for us as adults and how we feel, especially when we go to the dental office where you are fine, and then after visiting the dental office, you're like, I'm gonna go lie down. I don't want anybody to talk to me. I'm not eating. I'm not, you know. So just put those same, those same things you would do for yourself for them. Except now they still want to play. They still want to be involved. They're looking at you like, they don't know how to tell you,
Right.
but because that's how you're gonna be able to face and get through this.
And I appreciate that so much because I did find myself being a little bit frustrated.
Right.
So Phoenix, her behavior completely changed.
Yes.
And I'm going to use the word ratchet. She was being real ratchet. And I was like frustrated.
Right.
And so because I always heard the term terrible twos,
Right.
and because she started acting different right before her second birthday,
Right.
I'm like, oh God, terrible
Yes.
twos, here we go.
Yes.
And you just breaking things down to me the way that you did, and then you observing her behavior and like getting to the root
Right.
helped me to also like unlearn and deprogram myself from
Yes.
the terrible two concept,
Yes.
and also pay attention to her behavior because
That's right.
she can't articulate what's
Right.
happening.
Right.
So it's
Exactly.
like even before I was a parent,
Right.
I would see children out acting up, and I'm like, oh, they bad.
Yes.
But what you continuously teach me is like, they're not bad.
They're not.
They're
There's
trying
not
to-
such thing. It's especially from somebody, an educator like me. Their children are not bad. They're having challenging behavior because that's a thing that's going to come and it's going to go. It's going to go as fast as it came or linger around depending on their adult and how is their adult handling them maneuver through those challenging behavior.
Yeah, and Juba said ain't no such thing as a bad child.
There isn't. Because
another
remember one thing, children are they are a reflection of their parents or of their adult. So when you point fingers and you say that child is bad, you are really saying their adult or their parent is bad.
Ooh.
So let's think about that.
Oh wow. Wow. Okay. All right, you might touch
Let's
some-
think
step
about
on
that.
some toes with
I
that
know,
one.
I know.
Wow. Well, that's great because we are reflections.
Yes.
Like you spotted, you got it.
That's right.
So yeah,
That's
like
right.
wow, you're
That's
absolutely right. And so just having that grace with those children. So how do we, as a first-time parent or even a family? I mean, you have 4 children.
Yes.
So how did you consistently find that grace when the children were getting into that phase where they needed more attention
Right.
or they needed? Yeah, how did you navigate that with multiple children when
With
some of the
multiple
children
children.
needed more attention sometimes than usual?
Than others. Because again, my last 3 are so close in age. It seemed like we were finishing up one, and then one started, and then so that went back to just knowing that individual child. If you know, just like in the household, in our household, we might have maybe grandma, we might have grandpa, we might have dad, we might have mom, we might have baby, and then there's a toddler. But yet how when grandpa exhibits certain signs like, oh, grandpa needs to take a nap, and we all kind of share that as a family, right? Or you notice, grandma's a little grumpy, or so we all share that, and it's not like you look at them like, why are you over there, just want to be alone, and so when you're in tune with your family or whatever that might look like, it's the same thing for children. It doesn't matter if you have 1, it doesn't matter if you have 10. you will know, each person in the family household have a personality, and you're gonna read their body language and see what they're communicating, body language or verbal. In this case, it just happened to be, if it's our four children, then I'll know, oh, because we already experienced it with the older
Right.
child, so they're like, oh, okay. And sometimes they might come maybe at 15 months, so it's not even quite 2 yet.
Yeah.
It's way early, but because all of a sudden they were fine, and then you see signs like drooling. You see everything is going back in the mouth, and those are the body languages that we pay attention to. So yes,
makes
that's the way you know. And then you say, okay, they just finished, they're starting, and then we're just gonna see what we could do to help them now. And then we all talk about it, because then, oh, you know what? This sister is having their teeth come in. So then you'll notice the older children are, oh, could I give them a carrot? Maybe so that they could, could I give them ice so that they could cool down the mouth? And you'll see everybody in the family dynamic will start. The system will start to help and come together.
That's beautiful.
That's how we dealt with it.
So is that something that you speak on in your course for the parents? Do you
Yes.
speak on body language?
Yes.
And being okay?
Absolutely.
So side note, everyone,
Absolutely.
JUBA has a homeschooling course and just early childhood development course for parents like myself
That's right.
and parents like any of y'all. And that's something she'll speak on there. So not to interrupt, but I do want you all to know that she has a resource for all of us to really take advantage of and keep diving through the modules to learn how to observe our child's body language,
Yes.
how to homeschool and create a home environment
That's right.
to, educate our children, because truthfully, like, us educating our children, the time we put into that is time that, like, it's 100% time we should be investing into
That's
educating our
right.
children.
That's right.
So,
And no one educator or one location could give it the best way that you can, because then you gave birth to that child. So they connected to you already in a way where you will already know more so than an educator coming into the picture. That's why so many parents go to the child's teacher and say, hey, you know what? I noticed this and this and this over the weekend. And so I just want to let you know. And the educator will be like, oh, wow, thank you for that heads up. Also because it came from the parent. So,
yeah.
yeah.
Wow. So with the homeschooling course, shifting gears a little bit, so with educating our children and observing their behavior and creating a home environment, do we need any previous experience? Do you suggest that we go take some do you suggest that we go and take some courses and trainings or go to college, or do you think it's just something that we naturally are able to do?
That's a good question. I would say go according to your intuition. What do you feel? For some parents, I would say it's both. If you want to and you're able to, definitely it won't hinder this particular season, if you will. It will be helpful for you. At the same time, you can do it without it. So if you get materials like, basically something like I'm putting together, we have come up with, and those materials are able to help you as a parent as well. So just like if you are tapping into uncharted territory and you're just like, oh, you know what, I want to grab a book just so that I have some introduction on how to do it.
Okay.
Just something like that, just so that you have a little introduction on what should take place, how should it look. And again, it goes back to that community, establishing your community and all of that, because you will have different parents going through different stages, and then you could pick and choose off of those things that you have seen or heard and those testimonials, and then slowly navigate and apply that to your situation. Yeah, so you don't necessarily have to take courses online about early child development or become a doula, but it does help and it enhances your experience, because then there will be there will be times where I haven't heard of that yet, and now it's upon you. Like, oh, you know what? When I studied this, or when I took this course, now I could put some of that knowledge with my experience and with my child to put the whole package together.
That makes sense.
I hope that answers the question.
No, it does. And like, you were my introduction to firsthand knowledge, because I never studied homeschooling. I never studied how to raise a toddler.
Right.
So I didn't personally look for information. I just took knowledge from my community.
Right.
But now your wisdom being here with me in house is like, okay, I'm learning. It's so much better. I love having your wisdom here guiding me every step. Yes. And that's why I also am investing in your course, because I need ongoing support.
That's right.
And the truth is, y'all, I can't have Auntie Juba here with me 24/7, because she has a life.
That's right. And I have to come and help you guys as well. So I'm excited about the course for myself, because yes, I have this hands-on support, but I need like ongoing support. And I know I'll be able to keep going back and forth to the material in the course to keep me on track. That's what I was going to say. It's always nice to have that material. So this way, you don't feel alone. The material is already there, and you choose and pick. It will be a self-paced program. So wherever you think you need to be, if you know, I'm going to be talking about chapter 1, how to sleep train, but you're in the quote-unquote terrible 2's, which don't exist, and you could just skip and get there. So that would be helpful. Yeah.
Has anyone on this call, have you all ever, like, do you believe in the terrible 2's? Have you ever kind of like, you know, are you demystifying the terrible 2's as well? Because for me, like I said, you know, Phoenix just turned 2, so I automatically, subconsciously, we're like, oh, here we go, we're approaching that time. But like I mentioned earlier, like, you put things into a totally different perspective. So is anyone on here, do you have a toddler, or is anyone on this call in that quote-unquote terrible 2 phase, which doesn't really exist? What's your experience like, and do you have any questions for Aunt Juba while you're on this call? But ultimately, the nature of today's call is to basically demystify the terrible 2's. And at the end of the day, it's literally just this time and this period during the 1 to 2 to 3 is just causing you to, not causing, but inspiring you to focus and illuminate
with
your
children.
child.
It really is. Just take that time, take the extra few minutes to just, you know what, the routine changes up a little bit. We wake up, we just hug and just hold each other. And that is a great way to start the day, because they wake up and it's there. It's upon them. So what do you do to make it feel better? And even if you do all of that, it could still be like, oh my goodness, they're still not doing what I want them to do, but this too shall pass. Like everything else does. It will pass.
So we know that our children are going to grow up, and with you sharing these gems with us today, we're thankful. How do we prepare for that phase though? So I know we need to be more observant, and I know that we just got to prepare for it. But how do we actually prepare for that? Is it just a mental preparation, or because we can't really control her pain level with her teeth and stuff. So how can we make it is it possible to have a smooth transition into the next phase?
That's a tough question. That's a good question to ask. I would say it's more of a mental preparation, because now that you have seen how a 2-year-old could be, and I'm hoping eventually this will stop, where that term no longer exists, because it seems to be more of a westernized way of thought. This is, as you go to other countries and other places in the world, you don't hear about that. Terrible 2. So, but to go back to your question, it is a mental thing because you know that children are growing up so fast and there's going to be different levels, different stages. And some children, it's really mild. Some of them, it's really to the 100 scale. So it all goes again for you as a parent. You know it's going to be there. It's coming. So now, what can I do to help you get through this? Because they cannot help what they're feeling.
Right.
And some of the things that we have practiced is, we keep redirecting. And that doesn't mean it's going to work.
Right.
But eventually you get through the day, just like we did,
Yeah.
And then the next day it was like, it was smile.
It's not easy though, Juliet.
It's not. I'm not going to say it's easy, but think you love this little person. And you're going to do whatever it takes to get him back to that happy place.
Yeah, that's true.
So whatever it takes, it's that relationship where you don't have the answer, you don't have the content to say, well, you do know. You know that their teeth are hurting, and you wish you could take it away. All you could do is just be more. If they say, I need you here, if they want, try to definitely go. Stop everything and just go, because that will help escalate into something further. So if they need you now, we go now. Not to say that, we're now turning to do everything our child wants us to do just for this moment. So this way, if you could eliminate the meltdown and, whatever frustration that might come with it, if you could limit that, before you know it, it will be over. So it's a mental. It is. It is a mental. It's just, talk to spirit. Tell them, I need your guidance today. Just to deal with my toddler, and so.
Yeah, that's
it
been
really is.
That's been the experience for sure, and just kind of like looking within myself and being more centered and being more grounded and being more patient. And you teach me that, like every single day you teach me like just patience, and even the way you redirect Phoenix, I'm like, okay, like.
But Aunt Juba has had so many years of practice. I'm so fortunate that that came even when I was a teenager. It was just like that. So it just kind of enhanced in me as I got older, because I put myself in the child's shoes. So that's one way to look at it, is how would I like it? How would I want it? What would I, if I can say it, and now I'm a toddler, I cannot say it, but I am. What's going on in my head? What's in, if I'm a toddler right now and I'm processing this pain right now, but yet I can't say it, how would I want it? And and that's the way, then I'm able to say, oh, you know what? Would you like to do this? Because then that's the way I feel. If I feel the pain that they're going through, I could definitely then, if you reverse it, reverse the feeling.
Good. And that's something that we hear often, like put yourself in their shoes. But we don't think, I don't naturally think of it in terms of like my infant. Like, put yourself in your infant shoes. So thank you for that.
Oh, good.
That's real
good.
So this experience has been just something that I really don't have the words for it, but it's something that I want everyone to experience. And so speaking to everyone here with us watching, I feel like everyone needs a doula. And also a doula, what I have learned firsthand, a doula is not just for the mothers, she's for the whole family. And also like she's like a parenting doula. So I love her Auntie Juba's approach so much, because she allows her gift and her spirit to exude to everyone. So like my mother, right? Like she's healing multiple generations right now just within my household. And so the services that she has to offer, I really encourage y'all to like reach out to her, do a one-on-one, tap in with her wisdom, and really understand how you can implement certain things to be more patient, to be a better parent. Because I didn't really think I needed parental coaching, but having her here, I'm like, Can you be my full-time coach? Like, I need this. So I encourage everyone, seriously, with every fiber in my body, to tap in with Aunt I get access to that wisdom. The online homeschooling course is like phenomenal. Phenomenal. And it's not just for parents, it's for caregivers.
It is for grandparents. It's for anyone that works with young minds.
Okay.
So that's this is what we have created for anyone that comes in contact with young minds. So this way you know how they navigate, how to help them navigate their world. So that's what the course is really for. But going back if you want to ask any questions, ask on JUBA community as well. That's our membership. So this way we could get to collaborate and answer some questions and share some of the experiences that you're going through.
That's
as
awesome.
well.
Like community is so important.
It really is. It really is. We all need communities. And that's what we're trying to install in our children as well. When you have play dates, those are their community, their friends, their young minds that they get to kind of interact with. So adult community, children community, the world would be a better place.
We all need community. So I know that you also have your 10-day workshop in Costa Rica coming up.
I was going to talk about that, yes.
So so that is for doulas, but at that particular postpartum doulas, but during that 10-day training, you'll also be guiding the postpartum doulas in how to also navigate early childhood development, right?
Yes, absolutely. Because I think it's one thing to be an early childhood educator, and it's another to be a doula or postpartum doula. So when you bring them together, so this way when there's that dynamic in the family, you can be able to just navigate that family, being in tune with everyone in your care, not just isolate your care just to the baby. So because then it will show you how to give care to mom, give care to grandma, and help them get tips as well. And just to go back on that, when you're a postpartum doula, you don't have to be a parent, but if you have had this knowledge, like let's say for example you took the course and now we have trained you into what to look for, how to navigate that. Absolutely, you could be 18 and you just left high school and this is your passion. We will train you into how to look for these signs.
Oh, that's good.
Yes. So absolutely. So postpartum doula, that's what the kind of things we're going to be diving deep into. And then I will be there to mentor you while you're going through your families, whatever that navigation, whatever that family dynamic might look like.
That's so wonderful. And it's 10 days.
It is 10 days, June 1st to June 10th here in Costa Rica. So we only limited space at 4 people, only limited. So
that's so exciting though. And I love how you put the 10-day workshop together, and I love that you chose to do it in Costa Rica. Because
it's so beautiful here. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's exciting in itself, because I feel like different environments, like getting out of where we're used to being and being in a completely different country, we can learn. It opens up a portal within us to learn in a new way and activate some internal things when we don't have all that chatter and distraction.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited about that.
I'm excited. So guys, sign up. I want to meet you guys all in person. So you will have me here. You will definitely have me here.
Which is so great.
So wonderful.
Everyone here, please make sure you go follow Juba Doula on Instagram for all parenting tips, for upcoming workshops, upcoming courses. The course, the Juba Jungle homeschooling course for parents is available right now for you to get access to. Well, it's available now for pre-purchase, but you'll get access on May the 1st.
That's right.
So if you want to take advantage of, it's 50% off
we have a pre-sale 50% off. So anybody signing up between now and before May 1st, you'll get that discounted price, and then after that it goes up. It's gonna go up. So to regular price.
So if I were you, I would definitely take advantage of the discounted rate as a pre-enrollment. And go follow Aunt Juba. Ask her questions. Book a one-on-one call with
That's
her.
right.
You will not regret it because our children are the future, and it's important for us to really tap in with wisdom
Yes.
and be able to position ourselves to make sure that we are grooming and raising the children of the future. Like we're responsible for that.
Absolutely.
So I thank you so much for the guidance every single day, and just for what you've done with Phoenix.
Thank you for
Phoenix
sharing
has,
with me. Oh my gosh.
it's been like, I really don't have the words, and I say that often,
I know.
but
And you know, and I never even think of age as being a thing. But yeah, Phoenix just had her second birthday like yesterday.
yeah.
But so it's never too early to learn. You're never too old. What's that saying? You're never too early to teach, because then children are teaching us,
Right.
and we're never too old to learn. So that's
true.
what you can learn from
Yeah.
7.
Yeah,
And
I
7
know.
is 7 weeks. She has a lot to teach us.
Yeah.
She really does. So
It's
if you
amazing.
keep that relationship going, what are you trying to teach me?
Right.
You know, we're open to learning. So and that makes it easier. It's like every day they're teaching you something, and we're here to learn from each other. So,
And I'm glad you spoke on that because she touches on that in the course, how
Yes.
to let your child guide you
yes,
and how to surrender. Just let them be the leader. Just
Right.
watch them.
absolutely.
So if you're interested
Absolutely.
in just expanding and evolving as a parent, this is a phenomenal woman,
Oh,
phenomenal resource. Definitely you guys tap in. I will put all of the information to get in touch with her in the description. And I hope to see some of you in Costa Rica June 1st
June
for
1st
for
to
her
the 10th.
training.
Yes, yes.
And if you join the community, I'm in the community. I'm in the Ask Aunt Juba community,
That's
and I'm
right.
also in the
The
homeschooling
homeschooling
e-course.
program.
So if y'all
That's
want to
right.
connect about parenting, let's tap in
Just
there.
come on by.
Yes, but thank you so much for everyone's time today.
Thank you.
And we hope to see you in the next live. And all of her information will be in the description. If you think someone else can benefit, can kids come? Somebody is asking. Can kids come to the training?
We the only kids that are allowed to come is 6 months and younger. Those for parents that are breastfeeding.
Okay.
And we do have a little bit of, they can't come into the course because it's a lot of materials, and we just don't want to give respect to those that are also taking the course. But you could always bring a companion, somebody, maybe a nanny or somebody to help you with the 6-month-old baby, in
Okay.
case you are breastfeeding and you just want to bring them, so you could excuse yourself to go take care of them and then come back. They can't be in the classroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, to answer your question, it's a completely learning environment.
It's a completely
And
learning
kids
environment.
Maybe,
Yeah.
I don't want to say distraction, but
Not a distraction, but we want to just give respect to others that are also taking the
Yeah.
course, that, hey, they didn't bring children, so we don't want to interrupt their learning experience. Yeah.
So yeah, she said she has a 9-year-old. So if you have a 9-year-old and you have a companion, also to
Somebody
help with the
to
9-year-old.
take care
Yeah.
of them.
So enrollment for that training is open now. It's in Costa Rica, June 1st, June 10th. I'll post all of her information here. Uncle Kenny, thank you for joining this live. We can't see you, but I see you. And everyone else that's here, thank you so much. Auntie Ju was amazing, y'all. So tap in with her, even if you don't have children and you are wanting to become a birth worker and you just want some guidance.
Absolutely.
She's it. Like
Absolutely.
she is it. Don't go nowhere else but here, okay? So I appreciate everyone, and we'll see you on our next live.
All right.
Bye,
Thank
peace.
you, everybody.